students. Now we are going to study quality control management of the product and GLPs. Quality control management of products and GLPs. GLPs means student good laboratory practices. Good laboratory practices. Before that we have to study quality control management of the product. So first we will study what is the objective of quality control management. What is the main objective? The main objective of quality control management, student, is to bring superior quality of the product in the market. Superior quality of the product in the market. For that, in order to bring superior quality of the product in the market, we should go through these procedures. First procedure is to undergo strict quality control test procedure. Strict quality control test procedures of the materials and procedures. Then we go through the sampling, specification and testing. Sampling means we take little amount of the material from the large scale product and then we go for specification and testing, and ultimately very important procedure is taking care of the quality of the product. So all these things comes under quality control management of the product. What is the objective? Main objective is to introduce superior quality of the products in the market. For that we should undergo strict quality control test procedures, and then its sampling, specification and testing, and finally taking care of the quality of the product. If you are not taking care of the quality of the product, then whole labor goes in the van. And the concluding part of this topic is GLPs. GLPs means, student, good laboratory practices. Good laboratory practices. Student, large factories have large laboratories, so there are some good laboratory practices. Intellectuals should always wear lab coat. Like you people wear lab coat when you go in your laboratory. Then in the lab, prohibition of edibles. Prohibition of edibles means intellectual should not eat in the lab. That is a kind of good laboratory practices. Then proper rinsing of glassware. Rinsing of glass wares, all the glass apparatus like pipette, beaker, conical flask, test tubes and so on. And there is one more good laboratory practices, that is proper rinsing. After proper rinsing of glassware, proper drainage and sewage maintenance. Maintenance of proper drainage and sewage in the laboratory. After cleaning all these things, one should know proper drainage and sewage maintenance knowledge also. He should have a good knowledge system of the knowledge for proper drainage and sewage. So in this kind of lecture I have explained you quality control management of the product. That is the objective, and these are the three procedures and good laboratory practices. Student, now I am completing the first chapter by explaining you the scope of biotechnology. Student, there is a lot of scope of biotechnology because the coming century is of bioscience. Past century was of physics and chemistry because engines, rockets and medicines and drugs were discovered. That is why the past century was of physics and chemistry. But the coming century is of bioscience. So there is a lot of scope. There are many scopes of biotechnology, but these four fields have large scale scope. First one is genetic engineering, then agricultural biotechnology is also called plant biotechnology, environmental biotechnology, and bioinformatics. So one by one I will explain you, I will give you the idea. It's very interesting, you will like to listen all these scopes of biotechnology. Genetic engineering involves production of more capable organism. More means more than the general. Today you have seen, today the bacteria can produce medicines. That is production of more capable organism by using rDNA technology. Production of more capable, keyword is more capable organism by using recombinant DNA technology. rDNA technology is the backbone of genetic engineering. And how we define rDNA technology? We define rDNA technology as cutting and recombining of DNA from two different sources. So as to alter its structure and function. So when we change the structure and function of any organism, automatically it becomes more capable, isn't it? So that we study under genetic engineering. Many genetically engineered products are there, vaccines are there. Maybe in future genetically engineered corona vaccines will be produced, isn't it? And that is genetically engineered vaccines. Then agricultural biotechnology is also called plant biotechnology, isn't it? So here we study the production of the hybrid crops. Student, in hybrid the first two letters stand for H for high and Y for yielding. High yielding breeds. High yielding breeds. Today biotechnology has done a miracle of producing the crops which are high yielding, disease resistant, drought resistant, and so on. Drought resistant, and the most common, most significant microbes helping in agricultural biotechnologies are Agrobacterium tumefaciens. Agrobacterium tumefaciens, because the word agro is related to agriculture. Agrobacterial tumefaciens is there, isn't it? Then Bacillus thuringiensis. Bacillus thuringiensis. Agrobacterium tumefaciens is called natural genetic engineer that helps in the production of high yielding crops. Then the next one is environmental biotechnology. Student, environmental biotechnology deals with remedying the environmental problem by using microbes. Remedying the environmental problem by using microbes. Again, microbes, biotech. You will be happy after knowing that oil-eating bacteria is discovered by Indian-based scientist Anand Mohan Chakravarti. A.M. Chakravarti. That is called superbug. Oil-eating bacteria, superbug, and scientific name is Pseudomonas putida. Pseudomonas putida. These microbes are subjected in the oil spills to eat the oil, and that is called oil-eating bacteria. The best example for environmental biotechnology. And the last but not the least, bioinformatics. Bioinformatics, student, according to the NCBI, bioinformatics can be defined as discipline of the science in which biology and information technology are merged in single discipline. Merged in single discipline. And we can study bioinformatics in two parts, genomics and proteomics. Children, genomics and proteomics. Genomics means computer analysis of gene sequencing, because information technology means computer analysis of gene sequencing. Similarly, proteomics, second part of bioinformatics is proteomics, and that means computer analysis of protein or amino acid sequence. Okay, student, bioinformatics means it is a discipline of the science in which biology and information technology is merged into single discipline. It is a branch of science. So these are the four major and popular scopes of biotechnology. Genetic engineering, agricultural biotechnology is also called plant biotechnology, environmental biotechnology, and bioinformatics.